KDC Sawyer sitting here with Gregg Trenor and Ron Davis. You guys, hey, congratulations on your Mongo this year.
That was awesome. Really was.
Oh my gosh, yeah, because 728.4 pounds that you caught during another tournament. Ron, you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Well, the good news is that I was the backup. Greg was in the chair, so he hammered it out, and it would have probably taken me half as long, but there's a lot of drama the longer it takes, and a lot more joy to that. But it's an incredible thing. Go ahead, Greg. Tell them about how awesome it was.
Well, first off, if we do this again next year, I want to catch it later in the season because every Saturday and Sunday I'm getting texts from boats on the water claiming they're going to dethrone me. So,
oh my God, the anxiety, because you guys, it was caught during the Cajun Canyons Billfish Tournament, right? Which is in May. So the start of the Gulf season, the Mongo closes at the end of September, and you guys were holding that blue marlin all summer long while all these teams are fishing. But the fact that it was a double whammy, tournament wins extra special, right?
It was, but one thing that makes so fun is the text that we get from all these captains the last 3 days, and they'd be like, "Hey, we've got it. It's huge. It's going to beat y'all." And then they go 20 minutes, an hour, and unfortunately, they were really good teams. And there's been many times in the past, the last week, Greg, somebody came in or even the last day, somebody caught the record, and but Greg was smart enough to have the print done on the fish, and we both have the print in our houses.
Oh, how cool!
And you really don't realize how big the print is. I have a staircase that leads down to our entertainment room and trophy room, and literally that was the only place it would fit. And then Greg when he built his house, he planned for this, so he had a wall made just for this print.
Well, it's planned for 1,000-pounder, not a 7.
That's
a 728 is still extremely big.
Huge. Unbelievable.
That is a huge fish.
I was going to show a picture of the print.
Oh, awesome. Yes, we want to see that for sure. And in the meantime, Ron, why don't you tell us a little bit about how, Team Southern Charm, All In, you've both been extremely competitive teams in the Gulf in the past, and then you have combined forces. Now, Greg, I do want to see that photo. Are you there?
Can you
do
see
you have
it?
Oh, yeah, a little higher. A little there. Oh, wow. Look at that.
You see the person standing to the left. That thing is huge.
That is huge. What a beautiful photo. Who did that print for you?
It was an ink by, man, I wish I had the guy's name in Mississippi, but he did a really good job.
That's awesome. That is really cool. Good for you guys. Like, what a special thing. What a special thing.
So your question about
this was me and Ron a year ago. Or
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Fighting over the trophy? Yeah, is that before y'all combined forces?
Right.
Yeah. I got to tell you.
Ron surrendered and took my advice.
Yeah, okay. I surrendered. That's, the funny thing about it is if you spend 10 minutes with Greg, you're going to be smiling, and he's got this humble way about him that, he tells these stories. And when he tells these stories, you think you know the punchline, but it's never the punchline you think it's going to be. And so Greg and I, for years, have fished together. And, his family, my family, my kids, they call him Uncle Greg. I mean, and we just kept saying, and the thing is, when you fish, I kept asking him, this started 2.5 years ago, middle of a season. I said, look, just come fish with me or I'll fish with you. I don't care which way we do this. We'll fish either way, and we started doing it and just had a great time. And we also, there's an extreme competitiveness that we both have, and to make sure we have the best equipment, the best everything for the crews that we have. And then the other realization is both of us, are involved with businesses that, take you away at times. Now, Greg, we both commit to the season, but it really was ideal because the type teams we have to fish or want to be fishing every tournament to get a little better all the time.
Yeah,
and
stay on the fish.
Stay on the fish and all that. And so, with concerns about being away certain tournaments, by having our combined team, we were able to fish all the tournaments, keep them on the top of their game, and it's worked. I mean, obviously our team's had an unbelievable year.
Really good year.
Yeah, not only winning the Mongo, but winning the Florida Triple Crown. I mean, we go on and on and on. I mean, that's a trophy we couldn't even. We're going to have a party just around the trophy to have all the captains in, because it's a 6 foot tall trophy. 6 foot trophy. That's what the base is 4x4, Greg. And yeah, it's too big. I mean, they said, we'll put it in your house, and I said, no. I mean, like this, but anyway, it's worked out. We, a lot of people were curious how it would work out, but there's been never a question about what we needed to do. All the little things that you try to get an advantage, and Greg has a great imagination. He's very competitive. We're always having these little competitions against each other about something really stupid that makes the crew laugh for days, And but it's worked out great, and feel fortunate. The other member of our team is my wife, who didn't know about this morning and had another meeting scheduled. So she's pissed at both of us right now. She's going to Greg too. Why didn't the two of y'all tell me? And he's going to say, well, he's your husband. And she said, so because
shoot, I need to get her number. We'll get her on just the two of us.
My God, she is possessed. I'll tell you how bad it is. I'll be quick about this. A few years back, I came home and she's reading Marlin magazine. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I mean, she's a beautiful lady, does all kinds of things for people, but she's reading. So we're in her tournament like 3 weeks later, and she leans over to me. She says, he's going about a knot and a half too slow for these lures. I said, what? And she goes upstairs and gets in a discussion with Landon, and he promptly speeds up, and we catch a blue marlin.
Stop, Queen! Amazing.
So she is that addicted to the sport.
I love it. Heck yeah.
Greg has this great, I mean, if you see his room that he keeps all his equipment room and rod room and lure room, you just walk in and you can step by step pick up some new invention that he's been thinking about, or some new lure or some new system that he wants to try. And I'm game to try. Get rich,
attract big fish.
Yeah, and attract big fish. So.
That's awesome. Thanks, Ron. Greg, do you have anything you want to add on the collaboration between Southern Charm and All In?
Man, I'll tell you, something I didn't realize I was going to get. Ron grew up playing football and was real athletic, but I didn't know that he had such a knack to be such a good cheerleader. And, he keeps the cheers going on the boat. There's a lot of downtime marlin fishing, and he senses that, and he jumps up and rallies everybody to get to attention, get in the game. So
that's awesome.
It's been a great deal.
What happened to Ron D?
Well, when we partnered up, I kind of put him in the closet. I still have a lot of ammunition for his photos made, but we're going to wait on those.
Yeah.
Sorry, I brought it up.
So
yeah.
The other fun thing that we do is we have a costume. When everybody goes, every trip, you have to bring a costume and wear a costume. I don't know if this is a tradition in all the boats around Orange Beach or not, but we literally have wrestling costumes, whatever. If there's holidays, we have events around the holidays. I got a Trojan outfit I wear with a real Trojan hat that I stand on front of the boat, and,
nice.
And that's, again, some of those things that you use to pass time. But it's another thing that motivates your crew, and I really think if SFC should think about this. Is a crazy idea. But if y'all had a competition where you had you made a 3-minute music video on your boat, and then at the end of the season, the audience votes on each team's 3-minute iPhone music video where you play the music, I think that would be hilarious, because we have some really great music and dance moves that we do on the water.
That sounds like an excellent idea. We'll definitely pass that up the ladder, because I would love to see it. I would love to see that series. We could just make our own series.
It'd be fun. It would be really fun.
So you guys are no stranger to Cabo. You're going to be heading there here pretty soon. You've fished tournaments down there before at least one season, but probably more. Is that right? What's your experience in Cabo? Greg, why don't you take this one?
Well, I've been fishing down there for 10 years, just fun fishing, and I've done the Bisbees twice, and
Do you love it?
It's a really nice place. You know, as a Gulf Coast fisherman, you know, we're gone 3 days and we don't see land, and we get to battle a lot of weather. That's not the case in Cabo, but the fishing distance is closer. It means a lot more pressure is put on the fish, so it's a different category. Plus, they have the striped marlin that group up in big groups, and this week down there, there's been a lot of blue marlin caught. But it always happens like that the week before the Bisbees, and they know the tournament's coming and they disappear. So it'll be interesting.
They've had some good fishing this off season.
Right.
Some good fishing.
Watch what happens in the Bisbees. Those fish are going to run away. There's going to be very little caught. That's my personal opinion.
You know, I watch every year. Hey, Ron, what about you?
You know, I've made a lot of trips and vacations to Cabo, and like Greg, I did mostly fun fishing all the time. I've not fished a tournament out of Cabo yet. I almost did with Greg twice. I think I had something come up with, but it's I think we fished enough out of there to be able to, you know, search for the right crews. You know, we're bringing our crew in obviously to fish in this tournament, and then you're having the boats that you charter and their crews. And so it's something that's going to take a little work to really figure out the best system. But obviously the teams and the talent there in Cabo is going to be what you rely on, you know, to get you on the fish. I say this all the time. A lot of people, when you travel around and you know, Greg and I are enjoying, like, we have the Marlin Madness website with Greg champions, and then we have our different social media outlets, which we don't do a very good job of updating on the Davis side of the team. But a lot of people perceive that there are places in the world where you can catch more blue marlin than the Gulf of Mexico, and there's not. If you're going to catch the most number of big blue marlin, there's no place in the world that you can catch more blue marlin than the Gulf of Mexico. And I hear things about Hawaii. I've fished Hawaii more than most people. And you can catch, on a rare day, you may catch 2 or 3. But so to go to Cabo, you're a different style of fishing. And the striped marlin fishing, like Greg says, can be crazy. I mean, you can be catching one right after the other, you know, and certainly we hope we get
4 at a time.
Yeah, 4 at a time. That's right. So it's going to be, and we're going to have enough people on the boat, Greg, to catch 10 at a time. Right. You know, so anyway, it's going to be fun. But you know, I do. You always want to go where you know things the best, and that's where, you know, we're blue marlin fishermen in the Gulf of Mexico. You know, and again, they apply the same techniques for black and blues, but it's going to be interesting.
Bringing that up, they like lure fishing. You know, we're live bait fishermen in the Gulf for the most part. But everybody in Cabo, the local Cabo teams, for blacks and blues, they want to be fishing lures. That's not our style, but we'll do it.
So what about the fact that the Zane Grade Championship Playoff is going to be putting a lot of emphasis on points, catch and release? And Greg, you mentioned the boundary line and the pressure. Now we're going to have 4 boats with an extended boundary line, which is going to mean that finger bank at about 70 miles is most likely going to be fair game. What does that look like for you guys? Like, what does that make you think on your strategy? We're talking about blacks and blues and lures, but do you think that maybe y'all are going to go light tackle fishing?
Well, we don't want to give up too much information. There's 3 others listening.
You know what really upsets me? She just gave our finger bank strategy out to the whole world.
I actually have caught a marlin looking.
Do you want me to edit that out, Ron?
Yeah, you know, I didn't figure anybody else be going there other than the whole fleet. But
I have personally caught a blue marlin looking at the marina of Cabo. on a
Same.
lure. So that you never know where they're at.
You never know. I've caught a blue marlin just outside the marina in green water, pulling a lure that should not have been eaten. And I was like, what is happening? But we want this fish. It's a crazy fishery over there. What, who are you guys going to be fishing with? I am assuming you're not bringing your own boat down there. It would have had to be on a ship way long ago. So, what's your plan on getting there? Who are you bringing with you as part of your team? What can we expect from you guys in Cabo?
Well, our boat was on the way down there, but the longshoreman strike stopped it. So right now we're looking at a canoe.
Good luck.
Yeah.
So there goes that finger bank strategy.
I made that up.
Cast net mullet and work the beach.
We've chartered a boat called Poor Decisions.
It's not a poor decision, but anyway.
It's POUR.
Yes, correct. And it's not a POOR decision, but anyway.
Yeah.
It's a friend of mine in Texas that owns a boat. It's a 61 Viking. I fished on it before. And it's Captain, I can't pronounce his name. It's Neo or something. He's actually won the main pot and business in the past and several other places. So he's going to know.
Awesome.
He's going to know a lot of the territory.
And they're there full time, aren't they?
Yeah, that boat's there. I think
or
Toby
seasonally.
The only ones I know that are getting a transient boat.
Sorry?
I said I think Toby Rising Suns is chartered on a transient boat. When I say transient boat, I mean it just came up from Costa Rica.
Yes.
So, but
on
that
its way.
crew's been there plenty, and they're going to know exactly what to do.
Yeah. No, there's going to be some really good competition down there. I think it's really interesting to have. We're going to have an interesting mixture of boats that like teams that are fishing together year round competitively in a tournament circuit, combined with teams that are fishing locally in that knowledge, and kind of meshing those two teams together, each boat individually, and having a pretty great competition made out of it. How, what are you most looking forward to for the tournament itself, Ron?
To win.
Yeah. I'm going to win, and I know what Greg's going for. It's to be crowned a world champion would be awesome, and much effort and money we spent on this sport, it'd be a nice touch to what we've already accomplished, or the teams have already accomplished. But the whole group that is going on our team, Greg, myself, Lisa, my wife, and then Landon, Connor, Zach, our crew, our main part of our crew. My son and his wife Faith will be going, and we've all fished together, many times, and Greg's children and my other children have all fished together, and so we the way the schedules worked out, that was the team that could make it for this trip, and it's just a camaraderie, and obviously we know all the other teams, and we like teasing them and having a little fun. There'll be side bets. There'll be a lot of stuff going on to have fun with. And then, again, to go out and have a chance to win a form of a world championship, which we'll claim is the world championship once we win it. We'll claim something else was. But it's just part of one of those accomplishments that you want to have. And again, I don't know a group of people that work harder at wanting to be the best than our crew. And I know the other crews work extremely hard, well. And on a person like Greg that has such a passion for it. So it's a good culmination of what we've done all year.
I love that. Greg, do you want to add on it?
Something that's going to be interesting down there is I'm pretty sure the local captains don't rely on a sonar like we do in the Gulf. And I know for sure. I fished with Landon and I fished with Blake on a sonar, and those two guys are top of the top, and both of those guys are going to add a lot. And I know Toby got a sonar this year. I just hadn't fished with him. I don't know, but we're gonna use that sonar more down there than the locals usually rely on.
Do you guys have a specific person that runs the sonar on your boat? Like, do you have somebody you're bringing down to like kind of keep an eye on the sonar?
Landon, the Captain Landon runs
So
it.
he's gonna be running the sonar.
We just watch it.
Yeah. Awesome.
We handle the anti sonar devices. We deploy those.
We're deploying
Another part of our strategy just got leaked out, Greg.
Shoot.
Ron, we're gonna cut you off.
They look like blackfin tuna, but they're electric, and they zoom out of the way, and you can see all the boats chase them in the Gulf. It's a lot of fun, but if we ever figured that one out, you don't know how
aluminum foil.
You ever hook a radio beacon to a blackfin tuna and just see all the whole fleet run off in one direction? It's an amazing thing to watch. But anyway.
The real reason why you guys are bait fishing.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Well, we have the shark problem down there that we do in the Gulf. So
True story. I'm really excited for you guys. I'm excited to see what happens from this tournament, what the competition looks like. You guys will be fishing, I'm assuming, are you fishing both tournaments on either side of the Zane Grey?
So I've offered the crew, if we win this one, we will fish the Big Bisbees. If we don't, I'm going to the Fort Lauderdale boat show.
And I'll be at the Fort Lauderdale boat show waiting on him. So well, I don't know that
we're going to go buy a new boat, I guess.
Yeah, we are.
Ooh, you heard it here. KDC Sawyer. That's funny.
That's why Greg's got to get down there. So we have a lot of fun at the boat show every year.
If we win it, we'll fish the Big Cosby or Big Bisbees.
Awesome.
It's kind of an incentive.
It's a big incentive. We love incentives in the sport fishing industry.
Right.
All right, you guys, I won't take up any more of your time. I really appreciate you joining me today. Good luck in Cabo. I can't wait to see what happens from it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Right. Thank you.